let me show you something here. Okay. Okay, this particular, can you see a different color here?
Yes, there's a different color.
Okay. Now, can you see a color here?
Yes.
There is a different color. Both the
Yes.
files are available at the same location and the color is different. Why it is so?
Because the green color is for directory. Green
Okay.
is like no, sorry, I misunderstood. Green is for like is the executable file basically.
Although no one is going to ask you these type of questions, but though even the concept which I'm trying to explain here, that is a little different. Fine.
Right.
So, ping. I was talking about ping command. Yes, here
Here
it
it
is.
is.
So why it is in a different color?
It's which yellow color, right?
Yes, why it is so? Because most of files are there, and like if you talk about that this passwd command, fine. So as we see, okay guys, you can write down this question. The question I will tell you a little while after a little while, but you can make it a note of this discussion. The how will you write down the question? I'll explain you. But first of all, let us discuss this scenario. You can make a note file for Linux file permissions. You can make a note Linux file permissions. So how do file permission work? What are the rule of it and everything? You can make a note out of like Linux file permissions. You can write it down. So guys, as you see, there is a particular word written here as. What does it mean? Can you see this particular word written here as? What does it mean? Guys, mute your mic.
It's related with sticky bit.
Pardon?
It's related with sticky bit. I think sticky bit apply on that particular file.
Great.
Okay.
Then what does this T mean?
Sticky bit.
Sticky bit apply on directory.
So guys, there is a confusion. Like someone is saying that S means sticky bit and someone is saying T means sticky bit. So there is a confusion.
Okay.
So those guys who rate themselves 4, they will answer only. Krenu ma'am, what does it mean?
Sir, I think it's sticky bit only without execute permissions.
This one.
Sticky bit special permissions. No, you have to the class temp file is default sticky bit permissions.
Okay, then what does it mean?
It means no one guys you access, that means you have to the owner is access the file those delete and changes. You have to write permission, execute permission owner only.
Okay. What does it mean RWS? Guys, let me tell you, if you ask about myself, so I really feel good to say that I have never rated myself more than 3 to 3.5 on the top of Linux itself. I never rate myself 4. See guys, there are expectations. Why we are discussing this thing? So there are some expectations. So do not rate yourself less than 3 and do not rate yourself 4. I'm not demoralizing you, but for example, if someone is going to ask you 5 questions, so you have to be ready to answer at least 4 questions in order to ensure that you are saying that you have 4 ratings out of 5. Rating means what? Like if someone is going to ask you 10 questions, then you will at least answer 4. Sorry, 8 out of 10. If someone is going to ask you 5, then at least 4 you are going to respond, isn't it? So whenever you are saying 60 means first class in India, for sure. So we are first class answer giving guys within Linux, but ensure this thing that you are not going to rate yourself more than 3.5. 3.5 is good enough. If
Okay,
you
sir.
answer 3, if you answer 3, it is good to go out of 5. They will definitely consider you. For sure, if you are answering based on like out of 5 questions, you are answering 3 or maybe 4, then definitely they will consider you. But if you are rating yourself 4 and you are answering only 3, then definitely they are going to reject you. Reason being, you are below your marking. So if someone is going to ask you for the marking, do not rate yourself 3 and maximum 3.5. That is it. Marking says. Now let's come to file permission. I'm telling you only those important things. Okay, there are type of permissions. First of all, like this: read, write, execute, and finally read, write, execute. Fine. So these type of permissions are for user. The mid-level section is for group, and the final section is for others. We know it all, right? Now let us talk about this S. So we have one more type of permissions which are known as special permissions. So what are these special permissions? First of all is SUID, which are SUID. Make it a note. Make a note out of it. The very first permission type is SUID. SUID holds the value of 4. SGID, this holds the value of 2. And if you talk about sticky bit, this holds the value of 1. So how much total will it become? 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7. Am I right? So when we run a command umask, so the output of this command is 0022. So what are these 00s and 22? These are independent, like these are depending on one another. That's why I executed umask immediately after writing this command. So what does it mean? 0022. Because whenever run a command chmod, maybe 777 to any file, maybe /etc and whatever file, maybe /bin and ping whatever. So we can run this command. But condition here is when we are talking about this particular, when we are talking about, so there are 4 bits 0022. What does this first 0 mean? Anyone can answer. See, let me tell you this thing. When we are talking about file permissions, so obviously if we have 2 years of experience, then obviously we should be quite good enough with file permissions. Let me tell you this thing very frankly. So what does it mean? umask contains not only these permissions which are read, write, execute, and read, write, execute. This contains special permissions as well. The very first one bit is known for special permissions. What are the special permissions? SUID, which means if we see here one S, so which means SUID is implemented here. Fine. SUID with executable permission. Let me show you here. chmod -x u -x. It means we are going to remove executable permission from user of this file /bin and su. ll/bin su. So you will see the size of S is increased. Earlier it was small letter, now it is capital. Do you see the difference, guys? So which means if this particular special character is given with executable permission, only then it is small, otherwise it will become capital. Got it? Do you understand this? If I removed executable permission from a file and special permission is still there, which means this particular file has right now read, write, and SUID without executing permission, because I removed executable permission at this particular moment. So only after this became capital S. Once again, if I plus this, like I want to assign read plus user executable permission I want to add, and once again I run this command, once again it will be reverted to small s. It means a special permission which is SUID. SUID with executable permission becomes small s. SUID without executable becomes capital S. So if you see anything written here which becomes SUID, fine. Now what does SUID mean? So for example, if you are running su command, su dash ec2 dash user, if you run this command, what will it do?
It will switch to EC2 user.
Fantastic. But what would happen in background?
Background.
Let me tell you, when we are talking about SUID, why I am telling you guys, because most of guys, they love to play with file permissions. And when you are going to face interview, so you should be reading with these sort of things. That is why I picked the very first topic within Linux, which is file permission. So we shall be discussing about a couple of things in Linux, especially your operating system performance measurement, then after parameter tunings, file permissions, user management, and especially your disk management. So these are the 3 to 4 topics we will be touching upon, and like most of SSH we will be touching. So these are the basic things which people used to ask during interview. Fine. So when we run this su command, and as you see, this particular SUID permission is implemented here, that is allocated to this particular file, which means whenever any user, not depending on root or not depending on any other user, it could be possible that I can run this command su-root, which means I need to switch to root user. Obviously, root user is the owner of this file. If you see bin su, then who is owner of this file? Root is the owner and group of this file. Okay, but if I run this command, it will ask me some password because I don't have. So obviously it will give me some error like bad password or something. So obviously authentication failure error it will give, because I obviously typed some wrong password here. But if you see in background, okay, let me see if audit is enabled here or not. Okay, / var log audit. See what is written here. Type message audit PID this, UID 00, this. So everything you can check here. So EC2 user executed /usr bin su command. Fine. Host name this, user ID this, resource success UID root, user ID equal to root, which means whenever we execute such a command which is granted SUID, so end of the day, whosoever is going to execute that file, what is this? AUID. UID root, what is this AUID? Guys, do you know what is this AUID?
Authorization.
No. Let me tell you. So what happens? Okay, let's not dig into these particular logs because obviously this will become a little more in depth. So I'll request you guys to please, once you have time today, so please start reading these logs. You will understand that how do things work in background. Whenever you execute any command, so by default these logs are created, and you can easily understand that when a user is executing command, so what is happening in background. What happens in background, this file can let you know. Whatever command you run, so these commands are recorded here by default. Okay, so once again, let us go back to bin. Okay, so let me tell you quickly the files which are special, which are like where the files are like TTY, teletype terminal. So at that moment, these files are written in. These files are especially in yellow color. Fine. When we are talking about special like files with SUID enabled, like you can see this umount command is there. So RWS permission is there. So by default, these files are available in red color. The color of these files are red. These are in yellow, red box. Moreover, the particular files which are there in cyan color, so obviously these are link files. These are link file. Okay. See here, these are red. Sudo SUID is enabled here. SUID is enabled here. Now you need to understand only one thing: whenever any command which has SUID enabled on it, so the command is executed as its own user is executing. For example, if I give you my flat keys, the particular place where I'm living, if I give you the keys of that room, and if I ask you to come to my place anytime, whenever you will open the room, so obviously you will have the same authorization as I do have. No one will be asking you that why you are opening this room, because you have the keys. Fine. In the same manner, whenever any file holds the permission of SUID on the top of it, which means SUID allows any normal user to execute that file with ownership of the main owner of the file. For example, in this case of bin ping or maybe bin su command, so who is owner of file? Root. So if even EC2 user is going to execute this particular file, so it will be executed at root user only. End of the day, there will be a term written within that file, EUID, effective user ID. So as we were saying like AUID, UID. So in the same manner, there will be a term written EUID. It means effective user ID. So if EC2 user is going to execute this command, so there will be a term written within the log files, which will be like EUID root. Although EC2 user is executing the command, but effective user will be root only. That is the main function of SUID. Now let's quickly talk about GID. What is GID? GUID. The value of GUID is 2. What is the use of GUID?
Is it my
For
group ID? GID. User.
For group it is.
Isn't it group ID?
Agreed. That is group ID. But what do I need to do with it?
Group ownership.
Okay. How do I can change group ownership like this? Okay. Let me create a file mkdir/temp and hello. Okay. chown so you can say group is sales now. So why SGID? Why group ID? If I create any file inside this directory, then the owner and group of the file will be same whosoever is creating the file. I'm logged in with user root. I created a file. Let me create a directory mkdir maybe test. Whenever I run the command, so I can easily see that directory has ownership and group of root only. But if I enable, okay, sudo su hyphen cd/temp. Now I'm going to run a command chmod g+s. It means I'm going to enable GUID, which is known as temp and hello. Fine. Now, if I log into this particular directory, I create a new file. See what is the current folder? And test. Let me create a new directory. Maybe Loki. Fine. So if I see, so group is by default sales. If I go inside Loki and if I run the command, maybe touch hello, whatever I write here, so by default what is group? Let me create a new file here. I have created a file new. If I go inside new, I write a file, maybe I touch a file A, B, C, whatever. So by default group is going to be sales only. If we need to enable group inheritance, that whenever there will be a directory created or whenever there will be a file created, so by default group is going to remain same as the group of this file is. So what is the group of this file? What is the group of this directory? Sales. Fine. So whoever is going to create any file within this location, it's not only root. If I switch with EC2 user, who is owner now? I'm sorry. I need to go within that particular directory. And I shall not be able to create because I do not have permissions here. Permission denied. Yeah, same thing. Okay, why it is happening? Because like EC2 user does not have permission to write on this folder. So in a nutshell, you can understand that whenever any file or any folder will be created inside this directory, so by default it is going to have permissions of the user who is going to create it, and group will be sales only, whosoever creates. Getting point?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, group ID is applicable on the directory cases only, no?
Yes. Group SUID is applicable only for files. GUID is applicable only for directories, and sticky bit is applicable on directories. So there is a question. You can write down this question. When I can set permission using chmod command, fine. Then why do I need set FACL? The question here is, when I can set permission using chmod command, why do I need set FACL?
Sir,
Okay.
means like it is like special permission, sir. It is
What is special permission?
like set FACL means special permissions or what?
No. Any other one?
So, I think to set the permission to particular user or group.
Okay. Anything else? I have created a directory here. slash temp and permission. Fine. If I on slash temp, then I get to know that the permission folder has read and execute permission. On this route, please mute your mic if you are not speaking. Guys, mute your mic if you are not speaking.
Praveen, please.
Let me go, not a problem. Okay, I'm sort of Shaktiman here. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when we are talking about permissions, so by default, what are the permissions of this directory? Read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, execute. Fine. So if I want that, I need to set permissions here, chmod 700, and the file name is temp and permission. So you can see here the permissions of this file are 700 on this particular. Fine. Now, if I switch with user EC2, okay, that is EC2 user. Sorry. I try to log into this particular folder, temp and maybe permission. Permission denied. Fine. Now I want that only user EC2 should have permission to edit this particular file or folder. Fine. What I need to do here is, if I run a command chmod 777, then after I define maybe slash temp permission folder, then everyone will have permission of this folder. Now everyone has full access. Fine, but I want that user EC2 user only should have full permission, or maybe to read and execute permission. So what I can do here is, I will write a command set facl -m or modifying user EC2-user. Then after I will define the permission rwx and then the file wherever I want. Now if I need to check what are the permission on this file, get facl is the command. So you can check user EC2 has read and execute permission on this folder. So if someone is going to ask you this question, that when I can set permission using chmod command, then why do I need to have set facl command? Okay, so you will answer that if you have a group where 5 members are there, and you want that out of those 5 members, one should not be able to do anything. You want to revoke permission for one user only out of 5, then you need to use set facl command. Or if there are 10 users who do not have permission to any specific file, but you want to allow to any one user. So when you are talking about specific users or groups, then at that moment you can use set facl command. Because when you talk about chmod command, so that works only for user, group and others. UGO, either user, group or others, it can modify, but not specific users. So this is the basic difference which you need to understand. Fine. If you have any doubt, please write in comment box. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead. Any doubt, guys?
1 minute, sir. Sir, if we are giving vi sudo hours to that's the EC2 user, means he is having delegate control like root user.
Yes, you are right. Which means the user EC2 will have equal permission to root. But what if I do not want that EC2 user should have sudo access, but though even I want that user to modify any specific file? At that moment, I can define set FACL.
Now it is clear, sir.
Cool. Okay. What
Can you
next? We
please
are going.
repeat the question? Can you repeat the
Yes. Sure. So the question was, when I can set the permission of a file using chmod command, why do I need to have set FACL?
No, sir. The question the person just a person asked. Some colleague asked some question, so I want to repeat that one.
Okay, so the question was that can we do the same thing by assigning a normal user sudo access? So if you assign a normal user sudo access, then it means that will become equal to root. But when you are talking about that you want a user to work with any specific file, then you can define ACL permission there. That is the case here. Okay, not a problem. Now, so do you have any doubt in file permissions? Guys, any doubt in file permissions if you have, so definitely I will clear it right now.
Sir, can we change the ownership of the file also, no, sir?
Yes, ch on. Okay, let me show you the permission first. ll/temp. The directory is okay. So right now you see that the owner of this file is root, group is root. So we can change the things like ch on ec2-user. Yes, these are changed. Okay, one more thing. Why there is a plus and why there is a dot?
Plus indicate the FACL has been activated or on that particular file or directory.
Okay, and what does this dot mean?
Dot means there is no FACL, means no special permission has been assigned. Something like that.
So over here as well, there is a dot. There are dots everywhere. What does it mean? Let me show you that. So, okay. Whenever we create a file, so by default, SE Linux context is enabled on that. SE Linux, this particular dot represents that SE Linux permissions are enabled on it. This dot represents that SE Linux context are enabled on these files. SE Linux, Security Enhanced Linux. If you talk about this plus, which means ACL is implemented on this file, and this dot represents that SE Linux is implemented on this file. SE Linux permission are applicable on this file. LL-capital L Z. If you run this command, then you will be able to see system_u object_r temp_t. So these are the particular things which you will be able to figure out. This dot represents that this context is enabled. For example, get, see, it is enforcing, which means SE Linux is implemented. If you disable it within configuration file, then you reboot system. After that, this dot will not be available. Clear, guys?
Sir, once you repeat it again, no sir.
Pardon?
Once you repeat it again, sir, like dot and +1.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, actually suddenly electricity went off and my internet got disconnected. Not a problem. So the answer here is this dot represents that there is one additional security feature enabled within Red Hat, which is known as SE Linux. So this dot represents that SE Linux is enabled on the file, and if there is a plus, which means ACL is implemented. Access control list is implemented on this file. Plus represents ACL, and dot represents SE Linux. So is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so guys, do you have any doubt within today's session? And after this particular thing, I'm definitely going to let you know that what we are going to discuss tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to discuss user administration plus your package management. How to manage package? Because why I'm telling you that if you get some time and you want to study yourself as well, then definitely you can like do a little homework. After that, I'll explain the things to you in more detail. But if you want, you can check like user administration, package management, and operating system performance. How to analyze operating system performance, how do things work. So operating system part we will cover tomorrow, along with your user and package management. Now, if you have any question within today's session, then please ask. I'm here to
Sir,
help.
I have one question. I want to know how should we explain our experience in Linux so that we can start from that and we can prepare whatever we are saying to the interviewer. But all we should say if we have experience of 5 to 6 years in total, including Linux, including DevOps. So how I should go with the Linux experience? Because whatever I will speak and it will come as a follow-up questions.
Okay, great, not a problem. So let me answer this question tomorrow. It is so because the things which I'm going to discuss tomorrow, that will answer your question automatically, that how much you explain at the time of question. Right? Let
Surely,
me
sir, you can do one favor to all of us. You can just note it down. It is really a best thing to learn everything because we start preparation from the resume itself. Just note it down some real practical things which we should tell and we should make a good command on that.
I already definitely I already have prepared that resume, that I will share that as a demo.
Hello.
Hello, yes sir.
Yeah, sir. Can we cover the
Hello?
sticky bit sticky bit today so that we can finish with the permission?
What do you want?
He's asking for a sticky bit to cover today.
Sticky bit. Not a problem when you are talking about sticky bit. So there is only one thing, that okay. So sticky bit means wherever sticky bit is implemented. So sticky bit is used only to restrict deletion of files. Deletion of file means, for example, if there are two users, user had lock, fine. So if I switch with user lock and I create a file here, if I create a file here, maybe touch Lockendra, fine, file is created. Who is owner? Lock, who is group? Lock, fine. Now, if I switch with user EC2, so if I switch with user, I'm logged in with EC2 user now. If I try to RM any file, rm-rf Lockendra. So by default, permission is not there. Because this particular file, this particular folder temp has sticky bit enabled. So during sticky bit, you can understand only one thing, that either owner of the file or root user can delete a file. Either owner of file or root user can delete that file, no other one can delete.
Sir, can you please give me some example where we need to use this sticky bit, where we need to give permission to other users to delete the file?
Okay. For example, if we see here, there is a folder known as temp, and temp folder is used to allow multiple users to create their temporary files. Fine. For example, there are three users. One is Ram, second one is Sham, and third one is Tom. Ram created a file.
Sir, can you please mute
Guys,
Praveen? Maybe he has some issue, but his voice is coming again and again. Praveen
okay.
Bhujania. Yeah, please mute him.
Okay. So now let me tell you, when we are talking about this particular concept, okay, when we are talking about this, like when example for file attribute, okay, not a problem. So I'll tell you. So when we are talking about these file permissions and where do we need to implement, for example, there is a particular folder known as temp, and everyone has rights to create files here. For example, a user comes here, like user log comes here and creates a file. If user EC2 has permission to delete this file, then obviously there will be chaos, which means one user is creating file, another one can delete. So just to prevent these things, that files should be deleted either by owner or the super admin, which is used, which is root. So just to enable that sort of restrictions, we implement sticky bit. Fine. Either owner of the file can delete, or root user himself can delete the particular file. No other one is allowed to delete files if sticky bit is implemented. Let us do one thing. Let us try to remove sticky bit from here. chmod o-t/temp. Fine. Now let me switch with user EC2. Fine. If I log into /temp directory, rm deleted. So ACL is implemented only to ensure either root user or the owner of file can delete. The owner of the file can delete. That is why we implement sticky bit on any folder wherever multiple users have write permission.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, Sri, do you have any question? You are saying that you want to ask something. Okay. Example for file attribute. So there are particular thing known as file attributes. There is a command lsattr, etc password. So by default, there are no attributes implemented. lsattr is the command. For example, if I want that this file should not be deleted by anyone, so I will implement a particular command here. I will implement a permission ch attr plus I, and after that the file name I will implement. Now I can once again run the command I, which means immutable. Right now this file will not be deleted by anyone, even super user root rm-rf/etc password file. So if we enable this command, if we run this command ch attr plus I, which means no one will be able to delete this file. Even root user cannot delete it. You see that I executed this command with root user, and even root user is not able to delete this file. Fine.
Who can delete, sir? Like whoever created that file, he can able to delete, sir.
No one. If this particular permission is implemented on the file, then no one, even root cannot delete the file.
Sir, then who can enable this? Because he should be having the privilege before enabling this command, right?
Okay, let me show you that as well. Touch temp, okay, maybe slash temp, new file, chattr plus I, operation not permitted while setting flags. Only root user can set these flags. Why do we set these flags? For example, if root user has a doubt that someone who has full admin access can delete this file accidentally. So just to ensure that no one should be able to delete the file accidentally, we implement these permissions. Okay. Only root user can set this permission, no other one. Okay, guys. So, okay, guys, I hope it's time for. So, guys, feedback for the.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir,
Praveen.
can we get a resume? 2-3 resumes for AWS and all this.
Yes. So tomorrow, first of all, I will share your resume. I'll share resume with everyone. Explain that how to prepare resume, and after that, for sure, I'll explain each and everything on the resume, that what should be mentioned, and if you have written something, then how to cover that. Fine. So, any feedback for the session, guys?
Sir, one last question before close the session.
Yes, please.
Yeah, by default, what permission means? What means in AC Linux is by default enable is means in real
If it is
time.
operating system, so by default, this is enabled by default. In RHEL 6, it was in permissive mode. In RHEL 7 and 8, it is in enabled mode. It is in enforcing mode. So yes, ASP Linux is enabled by default.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, buddy. Any feedback for the session, guys?
Yes, sir. We are really enjoying your session. Thank you very much.
Okay, buddy. Thank you for the words. Your words keeps me motivated.
Thank you, sir. It's really worth to join, and I'm looking forward to learn maximum thing going forward.
For sure. So, guys, it will be better that if you have some time, then please like do some work for like package management, user management and operating system performance related issues. Fine. So as we can discuss it in more detail, like as someone asked, like on like file attribute, someone asked for set official. So these are the things, if you ask, then definitely it will help me to elaborate more and more. Okay guys, I'll share this recording within next 1 hour.
Lakendra, what about the system hardening?